big interview energy. This is exclusive. You know what I mean?
Exclusive.
Hey, y'all, I don't know how many podcasts the champ has done this week. However, we early and we appreciate that. We got the exclusive. I feel like I got the brand new Clue tape. You know what I'm saying?
Clue.
You know what I mean? It got all of it.
It's cool for y'all up north, but it was Southern Smoke for us down
Southern
south.
Smoke.
Yeah. Southern Smoke.
Who's on the Southern Smoke exclusive? Who's like the first? Like, is it like a Andre Ben verse you ain't never heard?
The first Southern Smoke I heard had to be Gucci, because Gucci was around that time. It was the only person that was doing more business on the mixtape circuit was that little period between the Carter 2 and the Carter 3 with Wayne, because Wayne was everywhere.
Exactly.
But Southern Smoke, that was Gucci Man's house. That was Gucci Man's house.
Damn. So speaking to y'all live from the South, you know what I'm talking about? Brand new.
That wasn't bad.
Brand new. Pan Afrikan World Diaspora Wrestling Champion.
Take the screen up. Let her take the screen up. She bad, ain't she?
That's a beautiful piece.
You know how they had the sample when God dang Ali was on the bongos and the champ is here? There's only one belt that deserves those It's only one belt in the business that deserve those Congos, and that the champ is here. Introduction at this point in time, brother Suge D. Welcome.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Like it's all like it all happens very fast. You know, when it's bad, it's bad, and when it's good, it's good. And right now, it's damn good. Like we good. We excellent right now. Like and now, like, as far as like what you was talking about with the podcast and stuff like that, my DMs got full quick when this news happened, but it was very important to me, and I'll be transparent. The only people that I've talked to so far are Pro Wrestling Illustrated, which of course they recognize this is what makes it an official world title because of them. But that's not a podcast; that's a print thing. So your boy about to hit the Jet magazine on them, like, you know what I'm saying, when they do the full article. Hold on, you got to hit them with this lean, and then you got to hit them with the, and then you got to hit them with the little, introspective where you just looking off in the distance. You just like,
that's a good one.
Damn, I wonder when Wu-Tang gonna make another album. You know, is Andre and Big Boy gonna do something? But they don't need to know what you're thinking about. They just need to know you're thinking. Yeah. But I've talked to them, but it was important to me to make sure that I talk to y'all first. I do have another podcast that I'm gonna speak to when I'm done with y'all, but it was important to me to talk to y'all first, for as much as y'all supported Fight DC, as much as y'all support all the other black talents and other companies that support black talent. We gotta bring it home first. We gotta give it home first.
I appreciate that, bro. I like being right. Like that's let me tell you, if you don't know about the psyche of pro wrestling people, this is companies, this is pro wrestlers, this is fans. We like to be first and we like to be right.
Facts.
Right? And this is one of the cases where I was like, year ago, you know what I'm saying? Almost a year to the day, because we were, you know what I mean, when we did something else, shout out to Lovely, you know what I mean? Yeah. We knew who we should talk to because we know who's entertaining and who's this and that. And you always been one of the guys that, like, I'll never forget, you said something, you were talking about Darius.
Which Darius?
Ashe Darius.
Okay, I was about to say that because it's literally the Darius. You got Martin, you got Carter, you got Lockhart. It's that Biggie line. Jordan, Jackson, Tyson. You know, like, do that. It's like that. You could do that, and all of them were great.
And both of them was there Sunday.
Facts.
Yes, absolutely.
He's like Spider-Man meme. No, so and you were talking about, like, you always like the funny guy, and he was always the guy that was smooth. And I've always said, this is my cousin and I's dynamic, right?
Yeah.
And it translated into something you were saying at the end of the night at Fight, is that you not really supposed to be the guy. Like, guys like you were supposed to be the sidekick, and this you aren't necessarily made, you know what I mean, to be the star of the show. But for me and for anything black, I feel like that's the perfect person to be the guy. Because what black pro wrestling is, black pro wrestling isn't supposed to be a thing. It's something made up by white people, white dudes, to fool people as an industry. And it grew. And I think you are the perfect representation of what the evolution of pro wrestling is and should be. And so kind of talk to us about what it feels like to be the guy.
It's an overwhelming thing. It's like, it's not like I haven't had that chance, like, you know, former freelance champion, former title champion, this, that, and the third. Not that didn't have weight to go along with it, but like, this is like, I don't mean like heavy in terms of physical weight. This is like, you are putting a cultural statement on your back about where we stand. And the thing that's important to me about this is, I mean, you did mention the fact that, you know, not that I've always felt secondary, but it's like, I think a big thing that people do miss in this business sometimes, and entertainment as a whole, et cetera, I think people who are self-aware can go far in whatever it is that they got going. When I say that, I mean, let's take the NBA, for instance. Draymond does not think he's Steph Curry. He knows Steph Curry is Steph Curry. So I'm going to be Draymond over here. If somebody needs, so I can get Steph to the basket. If some, you know, I'm going to make it with you. I'll give you another example. Eddie Murphy was Eddie Murphy. Him and Arsenio make a great pairing. Awesome pairing. Arsenio, like, Eddie could have been Simi, but Arsenio couldn't have been Akeem.
Right.
So, and the thing is, it's not even a feeling of being weird about it. It's just, I'm going to play my position. I'm going to play my role. We all made the money together. We made the money together. And in the back of my mind, it's like, do I want to be the lead singer? Do I want to get the lead role? Do I want to be David Ruffin? You know, and all this other stuff like that. There's been some times where it's like, yeah, I want to be Ruffin. I think I could kill the hell out of this solo if you give me a chance. And I've had my opportunities to do so, and I've been very happy with them and proud of them. But I never thought in my life I'd be sitting here as a recognized world champion, like in the history books. And I never thought it would be with this championship whatsoever. And, you know, it's real humbling. It's real huge. I didn't know what to expect when the result went down. And then later on the internet, it's like, man, I'm gonna have to just take the app off my phone. But the love and the messages and everything that was coming through, this was really a huge deal when this changed hands. This was really a huge deal in terms of people being invested as to where this was going and what was happening with this.
Right.
And I know y'all have seen Trish Adora, and you know Trish is, you know, she for her stature. She's not a small woman, but she's not like, you know, China or nothing like that. Right. But for her stature, she cast a very huge shadow because she's good. And a man, woman, they, X, whatever you want to define yourself as, her shadow is huge. Her aura is huge. This reign was huge. So now it is coming out of the shadow of somebody as great as Trish, or not having to stand next to a Darius Lockhart for a minute. This is, okay, Suge, in another year of your life, at 38 years old, when either you need to be winding it down or you really need to be turning it up right now, what you got in the tank? And just like they say about that old tennis proverb, tennis is one of the only sports where no matter what you do, the ball is coming to you, whether you want it or you don't. You can't pass it off to somebody else. You can't do it any other way. It's coming. And this is here. So we gotta follow through with the rest of it. So it's a little bit of showing the world what I'm really capable of, and it's a little bit of showing myself what I'm capable of. I gotta remind myself. So here we are.
I was going to say, I think it's interesting to think about the because 1,338 days, I believe, is the total amount of days that Trish Adora was champion, and we're in a time where, I mean, Brian Keith just did, I believe it was 834 days down in New Texas Pro, and obviously, you know, people like Roman Reigns in for the last 3 years. Who knows how long it's going to go on? But you talk about, you know, being the guy who's essentially, you know, you're grabbing the baton from Trish and you're taking it forward. Talk about that. Talk about, you know, the concept of, you know, with a reign that long, and the person who takes the title from that person ends up essentially, you know, all eyes are on them, whether they're going to be, you know, make or break, be a star, you know, fall on their face. You know, talk about that aspect. How have you been dealing with that over, you know, the last 4 or 5 days since you won?
The biggest thing that I've had to concentrate on is I wouldn't be here if I couldn't be here. And I have to take this one step, one defense, one thing at a time. Like if I go out there and I start declaring off the rip, it's like I'm about to do 130, I'm about to do 140, 1,400 days. Okay, like I'm not here to try to compare what I got going with anybody else. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. All I could do is just me. I literally got a defense coming up next week against Joseline Navarro. Never been beaten in a NAP All-Town, NAP All-Pro ring in Indiana. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, man, y'all. See, this is what we do. I'm sorry. Why I fool with y'all right here.
Suge D, this is what we do. I'm sorry, that's what we do over here.
No, you ain't got to apologize for doing what you're supposed to do. You do not have to apologize about doing what you're supposed to do.
Next week.
But yeah, literally, we're in that situation next week, mm-hmm. And we've established an actual committee over the past few days over at f1ght to discuss companies that we want to work with, people that we want to do. And I think it's ironic that the 500, the BWI 500 came out, because there's people that I personally want to make sure I go against, and there's people that absolutely I've seen on that list where it's like, okay, so you looking at them like this like this, et cetera, I need to go see them. The way I see this reign, when it's all said and done, you know, I haven't had the most sterling win-loss record in the world or whatever it is. I know I've taken my share of loss. I know it hadn't been the best few years in terms of big match situations for me. So I know I got some people coming for me. I know in February, no matter what happens, O'Shea Edwards gets a title shot. Mm-hmm. Me and him have been back and forth many a time. So that's not going to be easy no matter what happens. But at the same time, I can't just rest on this. If the competition isn't coming to me, which I know it is, I got to go find the competition. I got to find out what I'm made of. I've already been sending stuff out to different countries, this, that, and the third. I know for a while this went dormant, and it only because Trish's career had got to a point where she couldn't be everywhere all at once and then still be on TV or doing these tours or this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. So it's no fault of her own. She was working. That's what I'm saying. She put this on the map. If she's the foundation and built the house that this stands on, to me, I feel like it's on me to create the roads that lead to this house. Mm-hmm. So if you're black and talented, or you got a drop of black, identify as black, have any identification of black, and you're in Mexico, or you're in, you in Louisiana, you in California, you believe it or not, there's a super talented wrestler that's been not known as much as I'd like to think he should be, in China, known as Zombie Dragon. That's he's a champion out there in China multiple times and a draw. Black. Nobody knows about him like they should. I want to go to China and put this on there and see what's going on. Like, I need to go these places, and it's not just for my ego or for testing myself to see if I'm really that good. the world needs to know what kind of competition is out there that has melanin. Right. This is an education for the world, because to me, when I look at this, I think of the AAA Mega Championship. I think of the New Japan IWGP Championship. I feel like every other culture of wrestling can be celebrated. There's literally titles in Mexico where nothing but Latinos have held it. There are titles in Japan where there are literally nothing but Japanese people that have held it. And there's still a respect, there's still a reverence for what's going on. So when you talk to me about black wrestling and you're saying it's something that's been invented and this, that, and the third, I don't care how it got here. The point is it exists. And the point is, this is something that is supposed to celebrate in all its forms, flavors, locations, geography, the best of the best when it comes to being melanated. It's on me to not only stand across from that and see where I test my mettle, because if I lose, I deserve to lose. But it's on me to show to the world that we out here, everywhere.
Facts. In China, apparently. You said zombie dragon?
There he is.
I'm following him today. Shit, I didn't know this man existed. That's amazing.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's so much talent that's out there that we don't know about. Like, that's part of the reason why I'm so excited about the fact that the origins of this title is in DC, because I think DC don't get enough love as a region. It's like, I'm literally also having to be responsible for carrying a region on his back that don't get the love it deserves. So it's a combination of factors. It's like, it's a segment of people in a profession that I don't think puts the love on us the way that we deserve. It's a territory with a hell of a lot of talent that I don't think gets the love that it deserves. Being carried around by a wrestler who at times feels like he don't get the love that he deserves. So I could bitch about it or I could do something about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find everybody that needs to be found, and I'm going to make this thing do what it do. Also, let me throw this out here while I got a moment. While it's fresh.
I like it.
Brian Keith.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, contract rumors, all that other stuff like that. People already starting to talk this, that, and the third, just because, the title's gone. You popped up on AEW again recently. I saw all this other stuff like that. He's been a good friend of mine for some time. We talk. He knows I'm an admirer of his work. He's an admirer of mine. Don't think you're going anywhere without coming to see me, because I don't feel like I'm legit if I don't come see you, because you've been the best for a minute. It ain't legit if I don't come see you one good time. I don't care if I got to come out to the Oilers state, or if you got to come to Georgia, or if we got to find somewhere in between. I'm telling you personally, and I've already talked with the Pan Afrikan, committee and whatnot, anytime you want a shot, anytime, I'll make time for that.
Damn. Listen, now, and that's like the third or fourth potential opponent you've talked about. And I know they're all going to be several car crashes between bell to bell. But talk about the car crash that led to your win. Like, talk about you, Trish, Darius Carter. Y'all put on Sunday night, man. Talk about that match and how you felt things went. I mean, I know you felt things went well, but
yeah,
how was it in there?
Hell of a thing, because, I assumed it was going to be a singles match with Trish, because, as you know, we got a history dating all the way back to, the pandemic with the first For the Culture. So that's our three. You do everything in trilogies, ironically. We had our first one in Indiana at For the Culture. She got me. She came in, actually, the underdog in that match, and she was the champion. And she got me decisively. Then, a few years later, we run it back at Beyond. I'm coming in more aggressive, but this is really around that time where she's starting to come into her own as a performer, and her name and her ability start to precede her. And I came in hyper aggressive. I did some things I wasn't exactly proud of in that match to try to get ahead, and she still beat me. And I had to put that respect on her name after that. What scared me, and the reason why I said what I said, and the infamous Keith Sweat promo,
which is prominently featured in the background, though.
Right.
That's me in the background.
The Keith Sweat promo that they affectionately call it that I cut is because when I couldn't get the wild card to call my shot, it really started to enter my mind. With as busy as she is, I may never get a chance to get a third opportunity or try to figure out if this is it. Are we just gonna leave it like this? And that wasn't good enough for me, man. I needed to know. So sometimes you say some wild stuff, hopefully to get what you want, which is, Darius Carter was saying some wild stuff to me about, me begging and me this, that, and the third or whatever it is. Call it what you want. It did what it was supposed to do, because I've told people a million times, when I cut that promo, I ain't even know if she was showing up. That's why I said in the promo, this ain't on Fight. This is me asking. Right. It just so happened. We didn't know really until the final week if she was going to be for sure there, because as you know, obligations and things, she can get that phone call, whoop, and they go ahead and they yank her. So it was on... That thing was holding together with super glue and rubber bands the whole time, just wondering. But she made it. Mm-hmm. Darius Carter, of course. Thing that pissed me off about Darius Carter, he's good. Right. The problem is he knows he's good. Mm-hmm. 2, you can't ever let him be right about something, because he gonna drive it into the ground. And he's absolutely right. He never lost to Trish. He beat Trish one time, and then he drew with Trish the other time. So it wasn't fair not to give him a title shot. So it made an even harder task, because I've never beaten Trish. And for those who don't know, me and Darius Carter have done the business in singles matches before. Mm-hmm. I've never beaten Darius Carter. So now you made a big problem even bigger for me. So I had to get in the gym. I had to be training different. I had to roll with some people I ain't rolled with in a while. I had to start developing some different things and some different thoughts to enter that match. Mm-hmm. And I just knew I had to leave it out there on the canvas. And fortunately, it worked itself out. I wasn't expecting Eel to come in all on the wild card business. They was whoop-de-whoop having light skin problems over on that end. And I will say, I would have took it if I could have pinned Darius Carter. That would have been cool. But the chase has always been, even it just so happens this was involved, but the chase has always been trying to beat Trish, always. When I say, I don't know how many of y'all read Sherlock Holmes, that's the woman, man. That's the woman. Like, she's incredible. She's one of the best performers in the world. Like I said, man, woman, they, non-binary, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. She's constantly always trying to get better. She's aggressive about getting better. Even when she's in a good spot, she's always trying to see how much higher she could take it. And you gotta pack a damn lunch if you're going over there trying to beat her, especially when she knows she after something. So it was almost a sadness in me getting the pin, because it's like she made me better chasing her. And now it's like I'm not saying I'm about to regress. I gotta find a new challenge, but damn, it's like it almost made me wish I could have chased her a little longer.
Right.
But she gotta do what she gotta do. And plus, I'm sure I'm gonna hear something from Darius Carter, because he didn't get pinned in the match, so he gonna be like I was not pinned in the match, and you know how he talk. Like, I was not pinned, and I deserve my shot. Dun, 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 dun. Now I'm not gonna lie. One thing that did make me laugh my ass off from the curtain. I literally was laughing my ass off behind the curtain before my match, and I was not expecting it. When Buddy came out and he felt his music wasn't loud enough, when he came out, it's getting to the best part. That thing be hitting, man. It do.
Mr. Carter's amazing.
He and like I said, he is. The problem is he knows it.
He knows it.
So it makes him an asshole. Can't help it. Remember I said about being self-aware? Okay.
Facts.
But that was a very special moment that night, and I'm going to hold on to that for like a very, 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 very long damn time. And I had a very long talk with Trish.
I was going to ask. Yeah. Well, I mean, can you share? And I'm like, did she give you any advice or anything? What was that conversation like afterwards?
It wasn't even an advice thing. It was if it had to happen, I'm glad it was you. Because there was a lot of people trying to get at it. A lot of people by hook or by crook that were trying to find a way about it. And it was crazy to me because I never thought I'd find myself in a position to challenge for it again. I wanted the match with her. I didn't even want to challenge necessarily for this, but I can't believe that I found myself in this position. I have it. And then on top of that, there is a swell of people that are like, you do deserve this. We ready to see what you ready to do with it. It's like they believed in me more than I believed in myself. So I got to start kind of like really, really diving in and trying to make this thing work, man. What my man said, he got to make the thing shake, you know? Facts. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But we had a great conversation, and I think she said she felt a little guilty because the world wants so much of her that she can't come back to home to take care of things the way that she want to take care of things. Right. So she's like, if I had to drop, it's like, you know, I wasn't just gonna give it up either. If it just meant that y'all was gonna see less of me, y'all were gonna see less of me. But she knows the house is in good hands. I'm not gonna let nobody fuck the house up.
Right.
So yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I guess that it makes sense because it's funny. We've had those conversations before, but then you have to look at what she's been doing. I mean, she got that title. We had a conversation with her early when she had. I feel like we were talking about, you know, that match from a minute ago with you and her and when we had her on a while ago. But it was what? It was Ring of Honor. It was Japan. It was everywhere. Like, you know, you and now. Even with the championship, you know, you got the infantry. I was looking. She's wrestling. She's got it. She's with Kitsune this weekend. Yeah, like she's doing everything all the time. So I can understand it. But I think that's why you need to have these types of matches to really make those statements, because I don't think you can you don't this is not one of those titles that you want to cheat. And I don't think you guys are
that picture right there, by the way, the picture you just showed right there. Yeah. I'm gonna try to find somebody to make me like an oil recreation of that. I'm gonna hang that up next to a picture of Jesus and Martin Luther King. That's gonna be the photo. That's gonna be the photo when I'm 70 and the kids come over and talk about, man, I was bad back in the day. Look how I hit that bridge. Look how I hit that bridge. Look what granddad what your granddad was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was making them go crazy up in there.
Shouts to Jay Lee. They took. I mean, you actually got a lot of really dope photos.
Jay Lee photography, every single fight event, they're in there, and I've seen some amazing shots.
Working.
Yeah, even from this week, man. Moses had the red gear. There's a lot of dope stuff that we got to see this week, man. Who inside of fight you think maybe one of those unsung heroes that might deserve a shot at the big belt is what we're gonna call that from here on out, because that is the big belt. And maybe who signed also. Wouldn't mind giving a shot to, you know what I'm saying? That, you know,
like if I had a dream, the office just gonna let them come see
correct.
me. All right. So if we were talking about inside fight, there's two people that I definitely need to see. One of them is on some it's a Darius Carter type thing where it's like you getting on my damn nerves. You talented, but you getting on my damn nerves. So let's just get him out the way. And Dino gotta come see me.
I like that.
He got like the other one. It's like a belt. It looked like the remix.
The kill. I said it's the Killmonger version of the championship, because it's black. It's black on, like, I think silver and gold. Mm-hmm. Now don't get me wrong, that thing bad. Like, it's bad. I don't know. Apparently, from what I was told, that was a prototype for what they originally wanted to do the title for, but they went with this because of the diaspora and the colors and all that other stuff like that. But that's a bad title too. Don't get me wrong.
It's the Puffy remix.
Yeah. The issue, was him going around and false claiming that he was the champion. You know, like he basically was running around the house talking about I run this house when Mama wasn't home. that was disrespectful to Trish, to a lot of people going on. Like he just like it's the dude who think he the supervisor at the job. Like who appointed you? Like what's happening here and everything? Like, I don't take no orders from you, homie. So he got to see me at some point, and he can bring that hardware too because I wouldn't mind having all versions. Hit the little Walter sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Had the things draping.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? Like that was like imagine going to the day party with them things draping.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, who
dripped up and
hey, y'all favorite champion ain't going to day parties. Mine is.
That's a fact. These are all facts. Damn.
Yeah, the day party, like, what did they say? The club is played anyway now. The day party atmosphere is perfect because you go have a good time, listen to some music, go crazy. Mostly grown folks at the day party too, so they're not trying to do a bunch of crazy stuff. And then you home in time to get yourself together and then be ready for work the next day. I think the day party, mucho concept, and the food be good.
I'm with it. Wait.
Forget the club. Day party. That's the movement we on. We grown and sexy now.
We got to figure out a day party in Philly.
Facts.
Woo! You talking about many a week?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That would go so hard. That would be crazy.
Hey, I'll make my happens.
If that happens, let me know.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Be in there. The other person that I would want to definitely get down with within Fight's ranks. The way that it's looking and the way I'm seeing as far as it goes with things coming together. I had a really, really, really awesome match out in Indiana for Paradigm with Christian Robinson. Christian Robinson, I love what he's about, man. He's like a dude's dude. You know
interesting cat, like, man. Real interesting cat. Yeah.
He's a bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like that. And I'm telling you, he's his own free spirit. He's talented as hell. I think he got a huge ceiling, and when we had that match, I appreciate any kind of competition that pushes me to get outside myself, and he made me have to get outside myself in Paradigm, and the thing is, he's only gotten better. So I would love to put myself in that position again to be like, okay, let's see how much further you could take me now that you got some experience on your belt. And I'm thinking a little bit differently. So definitely Christian Robinson, shout out to him.
He almost killed himself in that ladder match.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna get it. I thought it was his night, but there we go. Now, if we're talking somebody like a dream opponent who's under a deal, it's got to be Martin Luther Kingston. I need that. Like, I don't know if I've discussed it before or anything like that, but I think Kofi Kingston, not just as a performer, but as a person, is somebody that I just like. Hey, if you're gonna hang your hat on somebody to admire in this business and you want to pattern yourself after in this business, you gotta look to Kofi because that man take care of his family. Really good person, very positive dude. He did it the right way. A lot of people don't know this, but when I had my shot at Impact many moons ago, Kofi got a hold of my number and texted me to congratulate me on that going on. I know what it was because I went for WWE Extra work probably like a year before that, and he saw the stuff I was doing with the basketball gimmick and whatnot, and he dropped some knowledge on me, was very helpful. Hit me up with the number. That's how he got my number. I forgot he even had my number. We exchanged numbers, and he was like, hey, you need any advice, anything down the road, whatever it was. And I didn't know it, but he was keeping tabs. And we talk here and there. It's not like I'm not going to be on here front and talk about, oh, man, we talk every day, man. He told me we was going to drop the title. He told me when the Brock thing happened, that was on some bullshit, man. You know, like that. It was like nothing like that. But we talk here and there. And I really appreciated that he thought about that. I never forgot that. And just little conversations here and there. But he's a great dude. And even the fact that he took his time to make sure, I don't know if y'all saw recently, he went back to Ghana to make sure that they had that technology library, everything back, he's giving back. It's like, how can you not admire a man like that? And then on top of that, he's one of the best tag singles whatever performance that you'd ever want to see, one of the most decorated dudes to ever be in the WWE. if I ever had a opportunity to be able to match up with him one time, I'm gonna take that super seriously, and I'm gonna need that. Yeah.
Bring the title to Raw. Bring it to his turf. Oh, I mean, you call somebody first because they make you may not make it to TV, but because I remember Trish was saying that too, and it's always that idea of like, I'm taking on like you said, anybody with a little bit of melanin, just make sure we can 23andMe improve it or whatever.
We just want to identify. That's it. We just want to. We'll take your word for it. Yeah.
But y'all can't dolazol y'all a championship match. I'm just gonna say it. You cannot dolazol you a match.
That's gonna be a severe issue if that has like dude, the discourse around that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Like if you look like Action Andretti, we're gonna need a proof. Like you gotta bring it.
Cause okay, I be joking with Darius about this all the time. Andretti got the NBA draft pick haircut with the wine on it. But it's like, but we over there looking at him, it's like he could fool you with the tan and the nose, and then he got the curls going on and everything like that. But at the same time, listen, y'all old enough to know, so y'all probably understand this. Johnny B. Bad and Taz did irreparable harm to my psyche because I just knew. Like with Taz, I figured he was mixed with something. Like he black and maybe like Iranian or something like that, some brown people stuff. And then Johnny B. Bad, I just knew that was a black dude with a perm. Like he had an ultra perm. Like his stuff was draping, he was dripping. He married to a white woman. He couldn't leave the white women alone. Like all this other stuff. It just matched up. It was perfect. And then come to find out, they're Italians with the super tan. I was hurt.
Yeah.
I was hurt. I was like, y'all need to stop. Like, tanning need to be banned and just destroyed if it could take you to that level where it got me fooled on a. I just knew Johnny B. Bad was like, why are they not counting Johnny B. Bad as a black United States champion or a Italian? and then I found out, and then I like, it was definitely what's that shit from The Wire that fucking.
Shouts to Weebag.
I thought it was one of what's the name girls. Now surely wasn't no cop.
Wasn't no cop.
Right. I was thrown, man, for the longest time. So with Andretti, there's been a lot of that too. It's just like, but look at his nose though. Yeah, but he got the ultra tank. Nah, but he got the curls in his head. I said, don't let his last name is Andretti. That's Italian. Stop letting these Italians fool you. We like you, by the way. Actually, if you're hearing this, that's no shade to you. You're an performer. We love what you're doing. We just saying, I don't think like if we talking about qualifications, DNA wise, I don't think that's gonna come around. I don't think that's
No, we asked him. He said nah.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. We asked for MCW.
Yeah,
appreciate that. Like, what's old buddy from the 500? What was his name? Gaston LaRue. I appreciate that he cleared that up immediately. He didn't let that wait. Not only did he clear it up, he said, "Please give my spot to somebody that we know is black, please." My hands are.
It wasn't me. He said, "God damn it, I didn't do it. It was not me."
My man did the Las Vegas at the dealer table. He was.
I'm out.
Got up for the table.
That's how you gotta handle it. People, hey, take notes, y'all. If you try to be allies, that's how you handle it. That's how you handle it. For real.
Yes. I will not be in here affirmative action to me a spot.
Pretty much. Look, as far as allyship goes, or any kind of allyship, it's two things. One, you need to know when to mind your business and stay out of the business.
Facts.
And two, a good ally never has to say they're an ally.
Facts. We know. We would know.
Yeah,
like Paul Wall, I know that's an ally. I ain't got to say not a damn thing.
Facts.
Not a damn thing. And he's never had to say a damn thing. But nah, like, but Kofi, rounding back to the original, Kofi's the one. Kofi's the one I would want that match with. Now, if we going for like a long shot one,
yes,
I know I would lose probably in the first 2 minutes if I got that match. If Monty Brown ever came out the house, that's the holy grail one. That's the one everybody want to see come back.
Wow.
But I feel like Monty will come out the house today and probably just
let's go.
It's still gonna be a problem.
Everybody got to stop doing the count. Everybody got to stop doing it. Monty still look ready too. Like
that's the issue. I remember when he came back
Did
to
we
do
play
that
football?
promo. I remember when he came back and he did that promo for Lance Archer on AEW, and like, man, still could talk. Man was still, swole as hell. I was like, what kind of money y'all got to throw at him just to get him to show up at Rampage one time? I just want to know.
Good question. It can't be that much.
Monkey Brown, like he always like this. He like King Beef off Martin. Like he pull up and
King Beef in there.
No King Beef. No King Beef.
But first, I must dance. Your champion don't know who King Beef is. Mine do.
That's amazing. No, that's amazing. King Beef. I was just watching.
King Beef had like what, 3 movies? He had 3 movies throughout the season too.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, Cole said it was the 1 week he was living with Martin. He said it was King Beef week, so it's at least 5 to 7 movies that he did that you can watch all week. Who knows what King Beef's actual filmography is? You know what I'm saying? Like he
I'll
could
be watching the hell out there.
Facts. King Beef.
King Beef would have been like a cultural, like around that era when they was doing the blaxploitation with Superfly and Dragonfly Jones and whatnot. Because the Dragonfly Jones King Beef crossover would have been just.
Oh my God!
Why didn't they figure out a movie for Martin before Martin ate Martin and became the big Martin we got now? Why didn't they make a vehicle for them? All the characters, because if he try to do Roscoe now, Roscoe gonna look like Shorty to ask Shorty why he ain't just. Eat the sandwich cold. But now, I just wish they would have made it happen.
I'm sorry.
The hell?
He's
fucking damn ham fucking.
I'm not putting the whole clip in so long. Why you saying the shit cold?
You know what? That's what I love about this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I've had this conversation at least a few times in regards to certain shows. For instance, okay, when I talk about stuff culturally, I get excited about it, and the thing is, I hate that whole divide sometimes. Like you see it online where people seem to get in this thing where it's like, well, it shouldn't be about race, it shouldn't be about this, and all this other stuff like that. It should be colorblind, it should be this. One, it's an aspect that we never asked to be introduced. It got thrown upon us in a business that's predominantly, it is what it is. We see what it is. But at the same time, I don't want people to be colorblind. I want you to see every color that's in the crayon box. I just need you to respect every color that's in the crayon box. And the thing is, I like and I love and I enjoy the differences culturally because it adds something. Like, I loved it when the Usos was out doing the haka. It's different. It ain't mine, but I respect it. That's cool. I love seeing that. I love, like, when I watch Japanese wrestling, just the general presentation, and when they do the title matches, it's the big ceremony with the photo op, and they're standing there, and the way they treat it, and the way that their audience sits quietly, and they watching how the match goes, because in their culture, they're taught to be quiet, let the performers perform, and when there's a moment, then you give your applause and your reaction, and then you go back to being quiet again. I love in Mexico that their style of wrestling is more so to show the art of what's going on. Sometimes you're not always just trying to win right away. You're trying to style on your opponent a little bit. You get the style points first to show that you are able to do this. You could do all this with your opponent. Then you try to go for the victory. When you go to an AEW show, just call a spade, predominantly white crowd for the most part. I'm not saying that to be weird or anything like that. Just open your eyes and look what's in front of you. Like, as far as it goes, it is what it is. When the Elite come out and it's that "Carry On Our Wayward Son," they know that song, and they know that song with their whole chest. So everybody just out there just carry it, and they pump it like, this my shit. Like, the way they going crazy. And I love that. I love that for y'all. I love this song, but it resonates for y'all a little differently than it does for me. I just think it's a good song. Y'all think about it, and it's like, oh my God, all the road trips, all the this, that, and the third. Yes, you know. So, when we had a show like Fight, and Trish come out, and that Kendrick come on, and the Lion King thing, man down. Where you from? Now I'm like, oh man, I'm in the car. I'm jamming. I remember what I was. I remember where I was when I heard this, and everybody can sing the words, and there's no taboo about everybody singing the words because we know what kind of audience is in the crowd, and this, that, and the third. Like, we deserve to be able to celebrate everybody's cultural presentation of what wrestling is, and like, I'm so excited that this and the plans that I and Fight have opened the door for us being able to try to show y'all in all its different variations what black wrestling can be, what it's allowed to be, what it could be. If y'all just let us cook. Because a lot of times our stuff has to be done curated in spaces where they're trying to tell us what it should look like. And it's like, no, like, just let us show you what it looks like. And then you can, you know, the people can decide what it works for. That's why I'm so excited about what's going on with everything that Swerve's got going on at AEW. Because I feel like they're giving him the space to let Swerve be Swerve. And the people that are around Swerve be Swerve. I'm not doing this, but Swerve still, you know, being himself. You seeing all these different layers of blackness between the two of them, and then who they keep around them. I don't know, man. We in a special time. Jade over there, they treating her like the star that she deserved to be. Even little stuff like when Bianca came out, she had like the Divas of Compton, or even the bit before where she had the marching band that came out with her. It's gonna hit for us different because this like, it's an awesome thing to see, but this is our culture, man. Thanks. Like, that's how can you not love that, man? How can you not love it?
A big fact.
Like, that cultural stuff is big to me, and the thing is, it's like, why would you want all of wrestling to look the same? It's got to be a little different. Like, I love watching Lucha and just how crazy they get and the stuff they do, the air horns and the little noise makers and stuff. It's wild. Like, why would you not want to see that and possibly be a part of that?
100%. Yeah, I feel like things have been handcuffed up until maybe the last like 5 or 6 years. Things have been like handcuffed to tradition and the love affair with the nostalgia beast. And when they found out that cultural nuance exists and the Negro doesn't just have to be mean and or smiley and dancing, they found out that there is nuance. It's like there's a nice guy black dude that's smart and might, you know what I'm saying? He might like, I don't know, salsa. He gonna come down the ring, talk more video games. There's so like cultural nuance when they find out completely that everything works because despite differences, people are all the same. It's like, oh, that's what happens at your house. So your grandmama trip on you on Thanksgiving for not coming by like you supposed to. It's just she said different. She might throw a shoe at you or something. You know what I'm saying?
Which is awesome to me too, because even I think just as black folks, we have to find out that like my experience and interaction with my blackness is different than maybe somebody from the UK's experience with it, from the islands experience with it, from the Afro-Latino experience. Like, I tell people all the time, as an American, if you want a good idea of like the UK experience of being black without watching Top Boy, if you got Hulu, watch Rye Lane. Rye Lane is not only one of my favorite little romantic comedies that came out in the past 10 years, that is authentic London. That's like South London. Like, it's got all the flavors there, all that good stuff like that. The experience is different. And like, it's part of what I'm excited about being able to do this, because not only are we able to showcase all those different nuances, because you look at that BWI 500, well, the BWI 499. we talked about that, the 499. 499, no pennies needed. We good. Right. But like, those are very, very, very different variations of everybody that's on that list. And I feel like, especially with the indies, we're in a place where we could showcase all of them if we go about it the right way, so that they can see what's going on. Like, I got big ambitions for what this could be and where we could go. Even the biggest thing for me is, especially being the champ right now, my time is gonna have to come. No matter if it's shorter or longer, somebody's gonna get me. We need to be in a better place with this, the visibility, the things that we could do with it, where we could go from it by the time somebody takes this. They're gonna fight, they're gonna have to fight their ass off for it. But I would hope that I did my part to make sure that we're in a better place when it's all said and done. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if we can end better than that.
Facts.
So I'm gonna say I appreciate you, brother. I'm mad I ain't get a chance to rap with you directly after everything, but
things was going on. I get it.
Hey man, congratulations.
For real.
Please tell the folks how they can get at you. How they can is there a release date for this match? Because I know the folks want to see this match.
I know Fight got a live editor in, so I think it's gonna go faster than it usually does. Like they've been streamlining a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff is in the works, so stay tuned. If you're trying to get a hold of me at Sugar Dunkerton on Twitter, however, or X, however long that lasts, I don't know what's going on, Elon. You know, Elon gonna forget to pay the light bill one day. We're just not gonna be able to use it, so I don't know what's going on. But Twitter X at Sugar Dunkerton, at Sugar Dunkerton FASHO, pronounced for show. Sugar Dunkerton for show on Instagram. Sugar Dunkerton bro at gmail.com. That's where all the emails go. That's where all the business goes, or it go down in the DMs, you know, if that's the case. And you know, I guess the only thing that I could say aside from that is I just appreciate the love. You know what? Let me say this. I appreciate the love and I appreciate the hate, because I know there's some people that got some feelings before this, after this, while I've got this. And I gotta celebrate the hate too, because it ain't hate or love that bothers me, it's indifference. It's you acting like I don't even exist, or like my thumbprint don't even matter on the fabric of this world. So for you to even hate me or not feel me when something is going on, but you feeling the type of way about that, cool, because you still shooting me energy regardless. So thank you. If you thought I could or you thought I couldn't, regardless, we here. They need to see us, man. They need to see us, and they're gonna see us, man. I'm not gonna let Trish down. I'm not gonna let my region down. I'm not gonna let us down.
That's what's up, man. Hate is the reason why I smile on my pictures.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.